Alright, so guys, I haven't made a video since last year. But at least the room is still clean. This room was a mess. Oops. What is that? That would be the cover for my phone. But anyways, yeah. So Happy New Year's, guys. It's 2016. So let's go ahead and do another update. First one of the year. So last year was kind of dismal, and just mainly due to the fact that I didn't really make a lot of videos very often. And in all honesty, it was just not a good year for me. 2016 was really rough, and it ended on an even rougher note. I was really far ahead of my finances, and everything was doing really good. Then I got in my actual car, not my RC car, but my actual car outside. Started driving down the street, and it just completely died 2 blocks away from my house, so I had to push it home. And of course, this happened right before work. At first I thought it was oil, but no. Turned out that it had oil in the engine, even though it didn't say it had oil in the engine, because that scared me, because I thought the block froze, and that would have been really bad. Then how I was trying to start it, it seemed like the spark plugs went bad. And then after, doing all that I can, I finally had to take it in. And then they had it for like a good week. And then they finally called me back and said, yeah, it turns out it was a few things, but the biggest problem was the timing belt broke. And guys, if you know what a timing belt is, that is not a good thing to have break on your vehicle. I live in a desert though, so it dried out and broke a lot sooner than I thought it was going to. Because I was having plans to get up the money to go ahead and replace it by the beginning of this year, but nope, it did not hold together. So it messed up my engine, and I had to completely redo it. And we're talking about well over $1,000 worth of repairs. So all that money I did was gone, and since it cost more than I actually had, I went into the red. So I've been working a lot more trying to get myself out of the red, which I'm getting there. I think by the end of this month, I'll finally be able to start making money again. So hopefully, knock on wood, or that's more wood, nothing else financially is going to mess things up, because I literally didn't have no Christmas. I couldn't buy anyone Christmas presents. I literally slept when I could, and I was working the other time, so it was really boring. And I wanted to make videos, but just didn't have time. Didn't have the time, didn't have the drive. I was also sick for a long time. Finally over that. So yeah, I'm hoping this is all done with, and 2017 is going to be a better year. If it's not, I'm going to make it the best possible. But yeah, that's everything that's going on. Like I said before, room is clean. Finally have my little charging area set up, mainly for this. So now I can go ahead and charge the batteries for the camera, because how they were before was this was somewhere completely different. But yeah, now I can just go ahead and stick that in there, and it starts charging. Oh, I love that. Thanks again, Tristan, for showing me that charger. So anyways, let's go ahead and do shoutouts. There we go. Gosh, it's been a long time. Alright guys, so channel shoutouts for this week go to Zachary Widdas, RocketPod, Andrew Evans, Donkey Commander, and markybyeah? I think that's how you say it. Anyways, if you want a chance for a shoutout, just go ahead and ask for one in the comments below, and if I choose you, then yeah, you will get a shoutout. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to Q&A. Alright, so for Q&A, little bit of a problem. Last time I really had an update video was over a month ago, so a lot of these questions are old. So bear with me. Other than that, let's go ahead and get to it. So of course, I used my phone to look at Q&A, and yeah, it died. So I have to charge it. Come on, you can do it. Alright, finally. So yeah, I'm doing the questions from the one I did at the end of November. Other two videos I kind of deleted before I looked at them, so I don't have any of the questions or the shadows from those videos. Yeah, my bad. I'm really starting off great. Anyways, let's go and get into it. So this question comes from... Question? Really? There we go. Okay. See? I'm already out of it. Of course, it's kind of late, so... This one comes from JXXS21. I got the stock Traxxas T-Max 2.5 Classic used for my friend. What upgrades other than bulkheads do you recommend? Ooh, that's a good question. Right off the bat, I would say get aluminum skid plates. Now that I think about it, I have to look at Titan. It's been a while since I've worked on him. You want to get big bore shocks. Those shocks, the stock ones, are terrible. They will bend really easily. Upgrade the servos. Believe me, you want better servos. You can always get better tires too, depending if you're doing on-road or off-road. Gosh. Okay, now that I'm getting a better look, I can definitely say that, yeah, you can always go RPM with the bulkheads. Definitely a good idea. Bumpers, of course. You can do the A-arms. The front rear bumper is definitely an improvement. You know, that's one thing I never got for this RC are steel drive shafts. I haven't had a problem with them, so I'm pretty sure those will hold up pretty well, or they have for me. Of other things I can see on this RC, I can't really think of anything else. I wish I knew more. I need to work on it. Yeah, the aluminum skid plates in the front and back are an excellent idea. I was going to get them. I have this aluminum plate that's on Titan, but it's not in the best shape and it's warped, as you can tell from the front. Yeah, that's supposed to be leaning more forward towards the bumper, but it got pushed in all the way. I didn't do that. Previous owner did. So, yeah, that needs a replace. That's the Traxxas one too. I don't want the Traxxas one. I want the other one. I can't think of it. Gosh, this one doesn't even have center drive lines. It's all plastic. It's never broke. How crazy. Yeah, but definitely improve the steering servo because that weak one and the old one is not very good. I went with the waterproof ones. It's a better option. They're more pricey, but it's not needed that you do it. The servo I have for the steering is a 2075. Yeah, I think that's about it that I can think of off the top of my head. Alright, next question comes from John Jenkins. This is an interesting question. What would you recommend using to paint the bed liner of a Ford Raptor body for a Stampede VXL? In other words, he's trying to get the textured bed liner, that bed liner look minus the gloss. And to paint on top of the body is never a really good idea. Off the top of my head, you can do a vinyl wrap. That would be pretty cool. You can, if you creatively get some black fine grit sandpaper and you can glue it onto the top of the body. I don't know how well that would work. I don't even know what what kind of glue you would use. I know a lot of people use, they just sand the top of the body if they want it to look flat. That's usually the best side. Just get a really fine grit sandpaper and just sand the bed down as best you can. It'll get rid of that gloss and it'll make it look a lot more rough. That's literally all I can think of off the top of my head. Sorry I can't say more. Alright, next question comes from RC Tracks. What is your biggest pet peeve in the RC world? His are E-clips. What are mine? I hate E-clips. I hate the micro T E-clips. They don't bother me as much anymore, mainly due to the fact that I had to work with them so often. And if I didn't master the skill of using those micro T E-clips, I actually had to master that. So they don't bother me as much. My biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve has to be stripping screws, especially the grub screw on the pinion gear. Doing that just, Oh, that ruins my day quickly. Even when I'm trying to replace a screw that I know is rusted, this has happened more than enough times. Like if it's a long screw, like in the transmission, and it takes a lot to get it out of there, and if it strips near the base, when it's still all the way in and trying to get that out, it's strip screws. I'll just say that. You strip a screw, then yeah, you're just gonna hate it all the way around. I guess we'll go ahead and just leave off with this final thing. Do I delete the RC Weekly episodes? Yes, I do delete the RC Weeklies. Mainly due to the fact that I used to do updates all the time back in the day, and I reached 100, and it was insane trying to keep all my, my primary videos. It was hard to find them. When YouTube was younger, its search engine through your own library wasn't really accessible. It wasn't very good. So I had to literally look through pages and pages to go back to edit a video. But I don't know. I guess this is a question for you guys. Should I delete my RC Weeklies? Should I keep them up for the whole year and then delete them at the end? Should I don't know. What do you think? Because I know I just do it nowadays just to make things easier, but I don't know. You guys tell me. So yeah, next week, guys, if you want me to answer your question, then just go ahead and ask me a question in the comments below, and yeah, I'll try to answer it. I know I've fallen really behind on the updates. Like I said, I got sick, and then things just went literally to hell and back. But it seems like everything's starting to level out, so I am trying to fix Nebula here, or at least just glue that piece back onto her chassis. That way I can get her up and running. And yeah, hopefully I'll go ahead and start doing run videos. The biggest thing that becomes a problem during this time of year for me is that my sleep schedule is really late. I usually don't go to bed until 7 in the morning. And then I don't wake up until like 4 or so in the evening. So the problem with that is since it's winter, the days are a lot shorter. So best time to do filming outside, especially for run videos, is during the day when the sun is out. That way you can get the best picture. But since I'm sleeping the majority of the day, yeah, that kind of ruins all my filming. That's why I hardly ever do any of the RC mini-movie filming during the winter, as that has always plagued me in the past. Alright, now that I got access to it, finally, gosh, you're a pain to work on. Now I'm just going to go ahead and use some epoxy and glue that on there. I should probably go ahead and reinforce the bottom with some extra plastic I have from previous bodies. That's not a bad idea. But yeah, glue that back on. Man, that thing got messed up. Yep, I'm definitely going to have to get the bumper for that. So anyways, as a final wrap up, what's going to happen is this month, I'm not going to be getting any upgrades or anything like that. I'm going to work around and try to make more videos, guys. Like I said, last year I just did not keep up on making videos. RC Weeklies, I want to go ahead and start doing and having them uploaded once again every Wednesday. If not Wednesday, Tuesday. I like those 2 days for some reason. But yeah, I would love to keep up on that. And I would like to add more to the RC Weeklies, because there was a lot of things I used to do in the past. I just didn't do them anymore because I got worn out. But long enough break, I want to get back to all into it. And even if things go even further wrong, knock on wood, I'd like to go ahead and still keep uploading videos. So guys, thank you for being a huge support to my channel. I never thought I was going to reach this many subscribers. I think I'm like 15,000, 16,000 subscribers now. It's, looking back on it, it's insane. Wouldn't have made it here without you guys, and I'm going to keep on going. Other than that, I'll have to give a shout out to GeoStealth R1 and Ricky Rivo, because they both disappeared for a while and they're starting to upload videos too again. So guys, go check those channels out. I know Geo and I have been friends for a while, and Ricky Rivo, we haven't really talked personally, but he's a cool guy, and I always liked his videos. So yeah, go check them out. I'll have a link in their video description below. But anyways, guys, take it easy, keep RCing. Happy New Year again, and I will see you next week.